What's up, everybody? I know you guys see a Keldeo on the screen, but I'll explain that right now. Me and the person that I'm battling, Gr8astard, or Hugo HD, we decided to, battle Keldeo meta, which is basically standard metagame, adding Keldeo in it, since Keldeo is going to be released in June, which is very soon, and I assume a lot of people aren't really preparing for it. Since it is coming out very, very soon, like I said, in like a month. So we're trying to like prepare for it, get a good grasp on what the metagame is going to be like, and just, go in strong, I guess you could say, and be on top of the metagame from the very start. So yeah, we decided to make up some teams, and we've actually built a lot of teams. We have some teams in the past, and I built this team right now because I had an idea that Volcarona, everything that counters, quote-unquote counters, Keldeo, or checks it, Volcarona can come in and switch in and, set up. And especially if it's more bulkier, like mine is, it's kind of bulky. Still playing around with it. It can really help out with Keldeo, and also with Tentacruel, with the spinning support and the toxic spikes support. It really helps out with that, because toxic spikes are a really big deal. It's going to be a big deal, when Keldeo comes out, so that's very important to keep in mind. And yeah, so further explanations are going to be at the end of the video, so be sure to stay tuned until the end, because I'm going to ask you guys some questions and you guys can respond back and stuff, and then I'll answer them in a different video, or or I'll acknowledge them. Yeah, team preview real quick. Keldeo is a big threat, and he knows that, so he brought Latias and Roserade just to check it and kind of switch into it depending on what I'm gonna go for and schedule my set and stuff. He has T-Tard to kind of control the weather and pursuit trap things that can wall Keldeo, like my Latias or like a Jellicent or something. Or like a Selby. So yeah, you get my point. And then he has Skarmory for some, hazard supports, and Terrakion to back up Keldeo with the offensive support, and Roserade to take away the toxic spike. So his team is looking really good. And with my team, I have just, I have Banditar with Stealth Rocks, and then Scizor for the Terrakions and stuff like that can check Keldeo, and then Volcarona to back up Keldeo for its counters, and then Tentacruel, like I said, for spin support and toxic spike support, and Latias also to check Keldeo. So we're looking pretty good, and our teams are looking pretty decent, and looks like it's gonna be a good match. So yeah, let's get on with it. Alright, so me and Gray actually battle a lot, kind of a lot. So I know for a fact that he knows I'm not stupid enough to lead off my T-Tar, knowing that he has a Terrakion to lead off with. So I led off my T-Tar knowing that he wouldn't lead off his Terrakion. But I think he decided to lead off his Roserade in case I led with my T-Tar, so he can just put me to sleep. But he actually misses, which is actually kind of surprising. And he misses again, which is super surprising, especially since he's battling me. And to be honest, me and Gray both have probably one of the people that have the worst luck playing this game. And Gray gets hacks a lot, and I get hacks a lot, so it's like it goes either way. So I'm gonna switch out, and he predicts that, and he's gonna go for the Stone Edge, and he hits my ass pretty hard. So and I was like, why did I take that so badly? I was like, is that banded? But then I forgot I don't run any HB EVs, or like 4, so I was just like, what the hell? And then like I switched on my Keldeo, and it didn't do anything, so I was just like, what kind of Terrakion are you? I'm so confused. And the fact that he stayed in, I don't know if he predicted me to go for the recover, or if he was Scarf or not. I'm just gonna spam Hydro Pump now, and I actually get a crit now. It's just like, what the hell is going on right now? Oh, we didn't even know. I didn't even know what was going on. Like, that's so surprising. But and then I stayed in like an idiot. I was like, oh, I'm faster. And I was just like, oh my god, what am I doing? Like, cause I brain farted twice, cause I went for Pursuit on the Roserade, thinking that he was Spikes, he didn't have Sleep Powder, and he just wanted to switch out. But then I forgot that he had Skarmory. And then I thought I was faster with Keldeo against his Latias. So it's just like, and I run Latias to outspeed Keldeo. It makes no sense. I'm just stupid. But now I'm gonna predict his Terrakion, to switch in on the double down, and I'm gonna bring in my Scizor. I'm gonna go for the U-turn, and he didn't want to take the risk because he does have Skarmory to wall that. He doesn't want to risk putting damage on his Terrakion since he is actually Scarf, so it's kind of a waste. So now I'm going to go into my Tentacruel, and I think I'm going to set up a layer of Toxic Spikes just because I don't think he has a spinner. No, because his Roserade is gone now, and I can set up my Toxic Spikes without him soaking them up, and he doesn't have a spinner at all, so he can just, you know, get kind of screwed by that. So now I'm going to set up my second layer of Toxic Spikes, since that kind of hurts his team, his Keldeo, his T-Tar, and his Terrakion, I believe. So, he's just going to hit me up with a couple crunches, and I'm just going to spam some Skulls now. And a really funny thing is, I was like, I want to get a burn, and he's like, no, please. And I was like, yes. And then it showed Lumberry, and I was like, no. I was just like, oh my god, what a waste of a burn. Because, you know, it's so I will always love getting Skull burns because when I get them, I rarely get them, and it's just like, no. But I'm gonna go for the Skull again. He gets a crunch defense drop. Doesn't really matter though, because he's just gonna go for the pursuit. Even if I wanted to switch out, he would have killed me anyway, so it was no big deal. So yeah, I believe now my Tentacruel is down. I think it's still Tentacruel and Keldeo, and his Latios and Roserade are down. So now I'm gonna go for the Bullet Punch, predicting him to be faster and have the Fire Blast. And I didn't want to take the chance of getting hit by a Fire Blast, so I'm just going for the Bullet Punch. And he brings in his Keldeo now, and I'm gonna go for the Bullet Punch. I believe he misses his Hydro Pump. I'm not sure, or I think he just Life Orb Hydro Pump. No, I get a crit Bullet Punch, which was like super lame. Like, I'm just hacking this poor man right now. It's like, holy crap. And it actually it mattered a lot, because a lot of the match would have been completely different from the crit with Hydro Pump. But either way, I mean, it was a good match. It's a good match, so it's like, yeah. But I'm gonna switch to my Volcarona, accidentally sacking it. I meant to sack my T-Tar, not this, but it didn't really matter in the long run since I didn't really need my T-Tar anymore. So yeah, or I didn't really need the Volcarona that much either, unless my Latios died. So now I'm gonna go for the Recover, knowing I'm faster than it, and he actually decides to switch out to his Skarmory. I don't think he knows what kind of set I am, because this is my own set. Well, kinda. It's like the what is it? Well, no, it's the same exact set that Gr8 had, but his is Life Orb and mine's Leftovers, which is kind of funny. So yeah, and I think his is just the tank set, but max speed. So yeah. So I'm gonna go for the Empower Fire now, and it's gonna be an easy 2-hit KO. I'm pretty sure it's special defensive, because that did a way too little amount for it not to be special defense or special defense investment. He actually didn't know what kind of Skarmory it was. He said he just picked one out of his box. So yeah, I know from that damage that he has some special defensive EVs in there, since I run special defensive Skarmory. So yeah, so I'm gonna bring this Keldeo in, and it's gonna get 2-hit KO by HP Fire. So yeah, that big threat's out of the game. And well, mine was earlier too, so yeah, I have no room to say anything. So yeah, it's actually going, it's pretty slow. I don't know why. I sped it up kind of fast too. Unless it's just my Camtasia, I'm not sure. Yeah, that ass doing work. But yeah, Latios and the Latios are just gonna be a lot more common than right now. I mean, it's kind of common right now. Latios is really good, way better than Latios as of right now, because Latios is going way down in usage. And this is where I find out that he was Scarf in the battle. I was like, oh my god, you're Scarf. Like, you're banded, just because I didn't know my HP EV thing. I forgot. But yeah, I'm gonna hit him with that Side Shock, and I was actually surprised that it didn't KO. But you know, that sucks, I guess. But I believe now he predicts my switch to my Scizor. And no, what did I do? Why did he switch? I am confused. I think he needed his thing gone, so I went to sack my Scizor because he would have died to poison, and if he switched out, then I would have had the advantage. So I guess it didn't matter. And so I'm gonna go for the Superpower, predicting him the Roost, and I think it would have KO'd anyways if he didn't Roost, so it didn't really matter. And since that Superpower did that much, like over 90%, I know for a fact that he's more special defensive invested. So yeah, I was right from the beginning, so it doesn't really matter. So right here he actually over predicts me to switch out, thinking that Superpower won't kill, but I knew it would kill since the first one did 90 minus 1 attack would have done less, like it wouldn't do less than that. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. But he actually over predicted, and it actually cost him the match because I told him that he could live a poison damage, and he told me he couldn't. I was like, yes you can. So if I switched, if he Brave Birded me right there, then I would have to switch on my Latias. He would go for close combat and kill me off, live a poison damage. Then I would switch to my last Pokemon, which is my T-Tar, and yeah, I would have died. So regardless of the hacks, he still would have won, but he actually over-predicted. But if I didn't get the hacks, it would have been a way better game, and it would have been a completely different game. But either way, it was still a good game. But yeah, that's the first match of the Keldeo meta posted. So yeah, now for the ending conversation that I wanted to have from if you stayed, what am I talking about? But yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on how the metagame will be, and what do you think is going to up in usage, and what do you think is gonna, you know, rise? What certain sets and stuff, and like what kind of EV spreads, what kind of Pokemon are gonna rise, what kind of offensive threats are gonna be better now that Keldeo is gonna jump in and change the metagame and change team structures and stuff. Personally, I think Ment is gonna be a big Pokemon in this, because Ment kind of destroys everything that is prepared for Keldeo. If you think about it, Celebi, Latios, Latias, Jellicent, anything like that, Moxie Ments can really do a number on, and some other stuff like that, and offensive threats to Keldeo and everything like that. Also, defensive way, Latios, Jellicent, Celebi, the obvious things, and then there's stuff like Vocal Roll. No, Vocal Roll, what am I talking about? Tentacruel is gonna be used a lot more. Toxic Spikes are gonna be used a lot more. You know, toxic stuff in general. Gastrodon might be, you know, up in usage. Gastrodon, I was thinking about Gastrodon a lot, and I actually played Shofu. He actually brought a Gastrodon, but then he DC'd because he was gonna get smashed. LOL. Yeah, I actually I have like a couple other teams for the Keldeo meta. So if you guys wanna, you know, battle me in the Keldeo meta, just hit me up on Skype or PM on YouTube, and I'll get back to you. And yeah, that Keldeo meta is really fun. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be way better, more diversity of teams and stuff. So yeah, if you guys want to battle me, just hit me up in the PM on YouTube or on Skype, and comment down below. Like I said before, what are you guys' thoughts on it, and what do you think is gonna strike in the new metagame? And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. And it was kind of long beginning and end. So yeah, peace.